Hey everyone, I'm Paul.
I'm Pej.
And I want to talk a little bit about VR. This is the year of VR, whether people believe it or not, but there's enough devices coming out from huge manufacturers, at least half a dozen.
Yeah, you got HoloLens from Microsoft. You've got
HTC's got one coming out, and they're teaming up with guys at Steam, I believe.
And I think Samsung's coming out with one on their own.
Samsung's definitely got
PlayStation.
several.
Yeah, PlayStation's coming. Sony's coming out with one for PlayStation, and then Facebook, right,
Oculus
with
Rift.
Oculus Rift, which is probably the more
big flagship one.
Yeah.
They're all like mid-year or sooner, and then. But I got the sort of the initial versions, right? The cheapest one, entry level, Google Cardboard. This one I actually got from a website. IamCardboard.com. Came from China somewhere, whatever. But
we'll put that on the bottom of the video.
It actually is cardboard. You get it as a flat sheet. It's got a bit of instructions on how to fold it. So of course this thing, you need a phone, right? So you need a modern smartphone to work with the Samsung Galaxies or an iPhone, and then it's just a matter of getting the Google Cardboard app.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's other apps out there that'll allow you to see VR movies or whatever, and they'll say are you using Google Cardboard, and then it knows how to use it. So you really you end up putting your phone in, loading up the app, uses Velcro to hold it tight, and then it looks like the old viewfinders of old, and it's got some kind of cool apps, and there is a button here that allows you to have some sort of interaction with the video.
So the button maps to the phone, right?
Yeah, I can't quite figure out how that button works, but it does work.
Let's take a look.
I mean, it is all cardboard, and there's some little lenses in there
so I was going to say,
that you have to adjust.
It comes with lenses. Got some numbers in there, so when you get the instructions, I guess you know how to line everything up.
Yeah, so it asks what model of cardboard you have. So you scan that QR code in, and it'll within the app, and then that'll make sure that you're using what model of Google Cardboard with the app.
For temporary use, contains magnets that may affect pacemakers.
Yeah.
If you have a pacemaker, this is not the thing.
That's how that button works on the side. It
uses your pacemaker to.
So it's cool. Like it's an entry level, right? So you're looking at something that's like $10-15 tops.
Is that with shipping?
That's with shipping. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I waited a month to get it, but
right.
I think to me, you can store this anywhere. They're just flat sheets of cardboard, and it's a great entry level.
Put your phone in there, and away you go. So you can get this for any size phone that supports.
Yeah, so they have different ones, and it asks you, right? Do you have a plus size phone or a phablet or whatever? Then there's different versions of that you can get. Obviously, there's dozens of manufacturers. I'm not recommending this particular one, but the whole point is this is an entry level product to just.
So you get the phone, you put it in there, you load the app.
Yep.
And then you use the button to.
Yeah, so sometimes there's an interface that appears kind of as an overlay within the interface, and then you use the button to basically be your
I'm a Dalek.
Your
I'm
click.
a Dalek.
Yeah. Well, you think you look weird with that one. This is sort of one step up. So
look at the size of that thing.
Just got this on Amazon, so now you're up to about $20-25. Again, different size ones for different phones. This one doesn't have a button, which is kind of frustrating. Like I would actually have to take it out and press the screen and then put it back.
Right.
But it does have these adjustments for focal length, and you can actually adjust the lenses within there depending on how wide your eyes are apart. So this is the, I don't even know what make it is. They're all sort of generic, but the point is, first of all, it holds it on your head, right? And it's got some padding, so it's a little more comfortable. But just not having to hold something up for a while is nice. It does a better job from your periphery, kind of blacking things out.
Right. This one doesn't do too bad.
Again,
that one's got the blue blockers on the side, right? So
there's more sophisticated ones coming out, like Samsung's got the Google Gear and so on coming out. But they're basically this, right? They're relying on the gyroscope and the software on your smartphone app to give you that VR experience. And the cool part is if you do this with some decent headphones, you also get the added value of those apps that are taking advantage of your movement and use the audio.
Right, so as you move, the audio is synchronized.
Yeah, so if I turn it around, I'm now hearing it in different ears and so on, and that starts to trick
if
your
you,
brain.
if you guys want to check out what a simple VR helmet looks like, $10-$20. You don't even need that. You can just do it on the phone, the Cardboard app, right? On your phone, you can do that. But with this, it adds a little bit more depth to it. It was very cool. I mean, you were showing me the Kaleidoscope app on that one.
That was Google Cardboard. The other one is a VRSE. I think it's just pronounced Verse. They have a bunch of short movies. Most are like documentaries, or it's like a YouTube music video and stuff.
Right.
And you can play those as well, and they'll either tell you...
Bopping your head with this thing on your head.
Well, they say, do you have Google Cardboard? And if you do, it flips into stereoscopic 3D mode, and then you get a much different experience.
And for $20-$30, it's actually a pretty decent experience. You can have a lot of fun with it. And I'm sure once the devices comes out, I'm really looking forward to HoloLens, which will probably be friggin' out of this world.
And that's AR, and that's a whole...
That's like a completely different... It's not going to be $30, I can guarantee you that. I think the dev version of HoloLens comes out at the end of the quarter or a month or whatever, and then I think, as you said, all the other ones are coming out later this year.
Right, and I think it's just a convergence of all these technologies happening at the right time with a lot of money behind them.
Yeah.
And software and apps that is going to affect education, entertainment,
manufacturing,
movies, games for sure. Yeah. Right, all of those things are going to benefit. It's going to be as big a revolution as
healthcare.
For sure.
Even shopping. I've seen some of the videos that are out there. I think shopping will be. I mean, imagine going, experiencing a car or your next house, right, without having to actually physically go anywhere. You can
remember going to the dealership and you go, it's got a 360 video and you can pan around the car. Right. Now it's like, I can touch
the car. I can actually walk around
right.
a virtual space.
And they've come out with all those 360 cameras as well, which is the other side of it, right?
That's
you got to empower the content creators for this stuff. So all of those things are finally starting to happen at the same time. What's held this whole industry back the whole time is this whole nausea thing,
right?
Of just when things are out of sync, even by milliseconds, it just really messes people up, and it probably still will because it is trickery.
Yeah, right? I still get messed up over 3D movies sometimes, right? So, people can't handle that. So
no, and some of the best experiences and stuff that I've seen on VR is when you're simulating. I'm in a wheelchair and I'm being moved around or something.
Right.
I'm not flying all over the place or expected to move or run, because that's when things get bloody dangerous. People can't clear out the room and pad the walls, So I think you gotta have.
You see, instead of a man cave now, you're gonna have a dedicated
padding right into it. This is my VR room.
That's right.
I knew I'd be in a padded room at some point, so
exactly.
That's what it's meant for.
My wife will be like, "Yeah, I told you you'd be there."
So VR, stay tuned. Part 1 teaser. We're gonna be talking about this for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll list off a number of the sites in the video that you guys can, or maybe just look right down here. And
sounds good.
Yeah, it's good. Cool.
Till next time.